Hello, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Now today we're going to have a look at how to factorize a quadratic trinomial. What's a quadratic trinomial, apart from a mouthful? Well, it's a quadratic that you see in this form. It has three parts to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a way of putting this into this form. And so let's get started. Well, the first thing that you do is you take a look at this number and you ask yourself, what are the factors of this number? What are the factors of 6? They are 3 and 2 and 6 and 1. They both multiply to 6. What we want them to do, however, is to add to this number as well. And you'll see here that 3 plus 2 equals 5, which is pretty obvious. 6 plus 1 equals 7. So we're looking at this number and this number as potential ways in which we can find the factors of this. And that's all there is to it, he says casually. It gets more difficult as the numbers get more awkward. Let's be honest about that. But for the most part, 75% of the quadratics that you'll see might be in this form, and a good 50% of them can be solved this way. Okay, so how do we test our hypothesis? Well, we think that these are the factors of that. So what we do is the old trick of multiplying this out, and we get x squared, 2x, 3x, and 6, and they add together to give us x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now let's try this with a slightly different quadratic, based on the same one, but slightly different. We've got a minus sign in here. We go through the same process. We find the factors of 6 that add to 5. It just so happens that those factors are negative 2 and negative 3. And again, if we multiply this out, negative 2 times negative 3 still gives us positive 6. Negative 2 times x gives us negative 2x. Negative 3 times x gives us negative 3x. That all adds up together happily to x squared minus 5x plus 6. And that's the contrast with this. Positive 5, negative 5. And the reason for the difference is because what we started out with up here was a positive, what we have here is a negative. Let's have a look at another example. So here we have x squared plus x minus 6. And we're still looking at factors that multiply to 6. But this is a negative 6. So we might have negative 3, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 1, 6, negative 6, 1. It might be one of those. What we want those factors to add up to is positive 1. So multiply to negative 6, add to positive 1. And there's one set of factors that does that. It's this set here. And so x plus 3, x minus 2 is the factorized form of this. We take these factors and we pop them into these brackets. Again, testing it, when we multiply this out, we get x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6, which when we add together gives us x squared plus x minus 6. Now, here's another variation. X squared minus x minus 6. Now, we went through the business of going through the factors of negative 6 earlier. So let's just do that again very quickly. So we have negative 3, we have 2. We have negative 2, we have 3. We have negative 1, we have 6. And we have negative 6 and 1. And the question is, which one of these factors will give us -6 and -1? -6 when we multiply the factors, -1 when we add them. And it's this pair here. -3 times 2 is -6. -3 plus 2 is -1. And here we have it set out in the brackets. X minus 3, x plus 2. Testing it, multiplying this out, x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. When we tidy this up, we get x squared minus x minus 6. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.